Welcome into the BSN Avalanche Weekly Breakdown presented by Piper Electric. Are you in need of an electrician and don't know who to trust? Well, Piper Electric should be your first call. They're fairly priced, trustworthy, dependable, and have been your hometown electrician for over 35 years. If you use the promo code BSN, you will get $25 off your next service call. I'm Allie Monroy, and with me today is Adrian Dater. We just got our 16-bit hoodies in today, so they're being shipped out as we speak. If you've bought them, you should be getting a shipping notification soon. And if you haven't, go to bsndenverlocker.com. They are so comfy.
They really are pretty cool. I mean, look at that color blue on it. I mean,
yeah.
It's a cool shirt. Get your hoodie now, folks. It's, yeah.
Well, moving on to some news, head coach Jared Bednar told the media this morning at Morning Skate that Gabriel Landeskog is out for 4 to 6 weeks due to injury. What do you think of this, and who do you think will be taking his minutes? How big of a loss is this for the Avs?
Well, it's a big one. He's the captain of the team, having a career year. Probably their best two-way forward. 30-something goals. Locker room leader. It's going to hurt. The injury, I believe, is to the shoulder. Probably a grade something separation, but it's hard, it's tough. Derek Brassard, I think, is going to get a lot of the ice time. He was on the first power play unit today at practice, and he's going to play with Nathan McKinnon on the line tomorrow, so the left wing spot. The Avalanche, though, I want to be a little optimistic here about this. The Avalanche don't look so shocked.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's bad news central, and you're like, optimism.
The Avalanche often are a very better team when they sort of, everybody's counting them out. They have that underdog mentality.
Eric Johnson last year,
they won, 10 in a row without him. They often play above their pay grade when everybody's counting them out. Now, it's going to be a tough loss, but honestly, they've played a lot better at times when they lose guys. They have to rally around each other. Talking to some of the guys in the locker room today, they are basically just like, we got nothing to lose now. We are just going to go out there and play all hell's breaking loose kind of hockey, and that's it. No more worrying about the standings, no more worry about everything. I think the team has been a little uptight, seems like the last week or two with things. Now it's like everybody's counting us out. Maybe they'll go out and play a little better, looser hockey, and it's not the end of the world. 4 to 6 weeks, they'll be back. Maybe they can sneak into the playoffs. Then you get a healthy Landy back. Boom, we're good. We're going to the playoffs with a healthy Landeskog. It could happen.
Well, the Avs have made some puzzling roster moves this last week. What are your thoughts on those?
So yeah, there's been a lot of sort of consternation on the Avs Twitter world of fans saying, why is this guy up? Why didn't this guy get called up? So I want to address that a little bit as far as, my 2 cents. A lot of people are wondering, why isn't AJ Greer the guy recalled after he scored his first goal and he's a big physical guy? Why did he not get called up and a guy like Andrew Agozzino did? Mm-hmm. Or Sheldon Dries? I think the team and management still feels like AJ Greer needs to mature more in all aspects, on and off the ice. He's a helter-skelter kind of guy. He's shown that he's got a pretty quotable mouth for a young guy. He had some quotes to AJ Haveley in our site last week that were interesting, I think, to the team. So, are they punishing him for that? I hope not. But, I think they just feel like he's, got to keep maturing down at the AHL level. When they brought Ian Cole back, they from injury, they sent Ryan Graves back. A lot of people want Graves to play all the time. We'll see about Saturday's game against Buffalo because we'll get to this in the next segment. But Graves could be a scratch based on who may be coming back tomorrow. So, I agree with some of the people out there that think that some of the moves are puzzling. Could have been maybe, you can second guess them now. But, it is what it is. These are low-level guys anyway. When you're losing, you look for stuff like that to blame it on. But I don't think that was the make or break either way. That said, that doesn't quell the consternation from Avs fans out there about this. So that's pro sports.
Well, what was the positive thing that came out of practice this week?
So the positive thing today was Nikita Zadorov, the big Z.
Yep.
Will only miss one game with his injury that he missed last night's game, and you could see the difference.
Yep.
Dallas Stars pushed him around. They hit Nathan McKinnon with a couple of big body blows, and nobody seemed to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Ian Cole is normally a guy who would hit hard, but he's playing with that full facial shield, so how physical can he really be? So Big Z will be back. He thought he had broken his arm when he went into the boards the other night, and he thought he was broken, but it turns out it's not. So he'll be back in the lineup Saturday against Buffalo Sabres, his former team. He says he definitely would have addressed some of that physical stuff in Dallas had he been there. You're not going to see any cheap shots against the Avs when he's in the lineup. The Avalanche, by the way, 1-8-3 when they're missing Zadorov in the lineup this year.
Wow.
29 and 18, I believe, with him. So there's a difference there. People like to sometimes bag on Z's analytics and stuff like that. Fact is, he makes a difference to this team, I think, in a positive way, and the numbers prove that.
So the Avs still technically could make the playoffs, but they are 5 points behind the Dallas Stars for the first wildcard spot, and then 4 points behind the Minnesota Wild for the second wildcard spot. Do you think this group of guys could do it?
Well, I think they can do it. Don't forget, they're also behind the Arizona Coyotes right now by a point. They've got 3 teams to catch. I think they can do it. They have to... I think we touched on it. Play like there's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mentality they always had last year. Nobody expected them to do anything. They were coming off a 48-point season. Everybody's like, this team is going to be awful again, and they surprised everybody. Now everybody's sort of saying the world is ending because of the Landeskog injury. And I've seen too many instances where this team has rallied around and overcome stuff like that. I remember in early 90s and mid-90s when Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg were out of the lineup, and it was all doom and gloom. Probably I led some of that doom and gloom with my predictions. And I think the Avs won 10 in a row without him.
Wow.
So, hockey's a team game, not all about one player. And I think this team can do it, but you know what? It's getting late in the day, so running out of time.
I think this team needs to play with some more passion and have fun.
I know.
I feel like they're in their head right now.
I know. I agree. They definitely need to have more fun on the ice, it seems like. And they've had that at times, but then they sort of slip back into this sort of, I don't know what it is, complacency, whatever it is. They seem to slip back into bad habits.
Yep.
And, it's cost them.
Since we last talked, they won an overtime game. And they made it through overtime and went to a shootout and won.
Yep.
So we broke the jinx.
The jinx is over. I know. Didn't I say that last time?
You did.
I was optimistic about something, and it happened. So I'm optimistic about this thing. I think they're going to beat the Buffalo Sabres starting Saturday. They've also got some teams they should beat playing next week. New Jersey Devils, way out of the playoffs. Carolina at home. Pretty good team, but should beat them. So, look, don't keep your chin up, folks. A lot to be positive about here still with this hockey club.
Well, be sure to follow all of our coverage on bsndenver.com. For Adrian Dater, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver. From residential, commercial, to industrial, Piper Electric can handle all of your electrical needs. Call today and use promo code BSN to get $25 off your next service call. That's 303-647-6765, or go to piperelectric.com.